every time they came on, they made an impact. From our short ball strategy to the accuracy at the stumps, I think we've really been clinical in that space. Yeah, I think a really good hard day of Test cricket. Always difficult on the first day. We've lost 2 tosses now, where we probably would have done exactly what India did. So batting first in these conditions is always probably a benefit. So I thought we fought really well today, fought hard. The fast bowlers kept running in. When you pick 2 fast bowlers, the expectation is that they've got to keep coming back and bowling spells, and they had very clear plans that they were trying to execute. They bowled with great aggression. They kept their speeds up all day. So from our side, that wicket at the end of the day, really valuable. Jadeja was in, and I think Asitha sort of showed all the way through his spells that he could continue to sort of threaten and take wickets as the day went on. So I think with Rishabh being sort of 50-50 at the moment, we'll see where that sits, but potentially effectively 6 down, so we'll see in the morning. But we've still got a new ball in the morning to use, and hopefully fairly fresh Asitha and Lahiru to start the day. So if we can make some early inroads, that would be fantastic for us. Yeah, we often, within our team space, we often speak about bowling in partnerships, but it is difficult when the other side is sort of going at 4 and over, and you're trying to hold the game up. You would have seen a little bit through the middle part of the day today. We sort of had a strategy of trying to hold the game up a little bit more, just to try and ensure that we could slow up the run rate just a touch. But on the other end, you probably need to be a little bit more accurate. I think the nice thing is the conditions are good. If you bowl well, you'll get reward. If you bat well, you can get forward in the game. So I think from our side, it's just trying to make sure that the one side we can hold really well, and the other side we can attack. Yeah, I think Asitha, I like to tease him in the team space. He's a bit like a diesel engine. The more he goes, the better he gets, and the longer he goes. So from his point of view, it's actually putting in the time of bowling a lot, and he's got an incredible skill set and amazing accuracy when he bowls. And so if we can get him bowling for long periods of time, that's the key to sort of his success that I've seen in my time with him. In the West Indies, he had come off a knee injury that he was sort of sitting in a space where he hadn't bowled a lot, and as you say, Test cricket requires a big build-up. So he had the one-day series, which had 2 rained-off games, so he wasn't able to get a lot of those overs in. But since that West Indies series, he had a huge spell in that first Test and that second Test as well. And the more he's bowled, the better he gets. So from our point of view, it's just managing his loads as well as possible, and making sure that he gets enough bowling time in. Sometimes in Test cricket, there are periods of the game where maybe the pitch isn't doing as much as you want it to do, and you sort of need to slow the run rate down a little bit, or slow the game down a little bit. So with picking spin and only 2 seamers, sometimes you've got to extend the state of play a little bit more. So from our point of view, it was probably just trying to slow the run rate a little bit, so that our fast bowlers could get back in the game and start attacking from the other side. I thought both fast bowlers today, every time they came on, they made an impact. From our short ball strategy to the accuracy at the stumps, I think we've really been clinical in that space. It's just to try and tidy up, making sure that we're supporting with the partnerships on the other end. Look, it's hard Test cricket, isn't it? When you're coming up against a team like India, you can't sit on the back foot and just bowl at them. I think from our side, it's bringing that challenge all the time, trying to make sure we can create something. And so from my point of view, I've really asked the bowlers to stand up and create something. The verbals are probably an overflow of emotion. I'll leave that to the match referee to deal with. Devdutt Padikkal, it helps if we catch him on 0 or 1. So from that point of view, we had a specific plan. It worked perfectly. It's just about being clinical. Again, he's batted incredibly well against spin. He was extremely patient. I thought him and Gill batted for a long period of time. And when you extend a partnership like that and you take time out of the game like that with a partnership, it takes the energy out of a session. And so it's always important how you actually recover. So I thought the bowlers coming back, getting Gill's wicket, probably slowed Padikal down just a little bit for us, which was to our benefit. But yeah, if we take our chances, then the plans look good. Yeah, look, Dhananjay has played 70 tests. He's incredibly experienced. He's seen a lot of these conditions before in different parts of the world. Home conditions, he understands how to manage the bowling group. And in general, from experience, he's had less seamers to work with most of the time, and the spinners have done a bulk of the job. So I think he's managed the seamers incredibly well. He's got a good relationship with them. You know, good captains know when to get the best out of their seamers at the right time and how to actually fire them up for spells. Graham Smith comes to mind with Dale Steyn, and how to manage them and get the best out of them at different times. So at the moment, with Asitha bowling the way he is, that relationship's working brilliantly for us.